This project has probably been in the making for over 10 years. There was a strategic planning group that recommended that we build a new library because of all the deficiencies in the last library. But we finally got different architectural recommendations in 2013. Our board decided to move forward in 2014. We started our capital campaign in 2015, and it really took hold at that point. We moved out of the library in 2016 and picked our construction vendors at the end of 2016, and 2017 and 2018 have been the bulk of the construction.
Well, we're celebrating the hard work of the members of our firm in helping this project get designed and built, and it's an honor to have been part of it, and it's a challenge to work in the public environment in Pennsylvania. The old library is still hidden underneath, and it was difficult to maximize this property without tearing it down. I think we did that, and so there's so much more here now than there was. So I think it's something to be proud of. We're local residents, and we're proud of it from that level as well.
Oh, it's great. Everyone who comes in just says, wow, you know, and it's great to have it open. It's so much more space. You can see with the how hopping it is right now with so many kids in here and everything. It's pretty exciting for us. I'm a resident of Radnor, and I think the money was well spent. The library board did a great job, and with the board of commissioners on balancing fiscal responsibility and the needs of the community. I think we did a great job balancing both of those things.
The old building was antiquated in its design and overutilized, which is a good problem, if you will. So in spite of the notion that books are going out of style, libraries are not. And so they realized that they needed to expand, and they investigated moving, tearing down, all sorts of different options, but the community felt strongly that having it in the center of the community rather than a suburban type destination really mattered. So then a lot of hard work went into figuring out how to keep it here.
We're excited to check out books and have a library that's closer to our house so that we can walk here if we want during the summer. It's different to have a cafe in the library, and there's a much bigger assortment of books and CDs.
It definitely was revamped. It definitely had a much-needed makeover. It's great to see that as the media changes when it comes from things going from books going online, that the library is definitely keeping up with technology. And I think it's important that kids and seniors and everyone in the township has a place to learn and to be able to read and have a quiet environment.
The biggest driver for redoing the library was having more space, and that is because libraries are used very differently now than they were 20 years ago. Now libraries are used as collaborative space where people get together and talk through ideas or work on projects. So we needed some small group meeting rooms and just general more space to get together and collaborate.
There's just more space, and that's nice. And I'm glad to see the children's department looks bigger too. I think that's really good. It gets them in the habit of coming to the library. They'll see it as a social thing, a place to hang out a little bit, a place to go. Maybe even when they're teenagers on their own, they just come pick out their own stuff, their own movies. It's good. It's a good thing. It's a good resource.
I think that the design and the layout is great. I think it's wonderful for the small kids. They have their own little area for reading and for learning, as well as there's a little area for the teens, so the kids at from middle school and high school that can come here and learn, as well as for adults that it's just can be a quiet sanctuary for anyone that is looking for a place where they can read and enjoy, and it's just a wonderful, wonderful environment, and also very, very well designed.
I think it's roomier. It's not, you don't feel claustrophobic. There's some great libraries that we visited around the world, and this is going to be right up there with them because of the spaciousness.
And the natural light, windows, seats by the windows. That's great.
And I think the library is the cornerstone of any community, and this is going to be a great asset to Radford Township.
Hello and welcome to the Radnor Memorial Library's official ribbon cutting. I'm sorry that the flag is getting you, Lisa. My name is Annie Lepley, and I'm the Executive Director here at the library. And I'd like to welcome you this evening and thank you for joining us for our ribbon cutting on the newly expanded Radnor Memorial Library, a project that is many, many years in the making, and reopening this building is an opportunity for the library to reintroduce ourselves to the community. So I hope that you'll come spend some time in the new building, get to know the building, attend a program, check out some materials, and see some of the new things that we're offering here in the building. And now I'd like to turn things over to our library board president and our project chair, without whom this project would not have happened, to say the least. So welcome, Helen Grimmel-McGrady.
I am so excited and happy that today has finally arrived. As Annie said, this project took a lot longer and cost a little bit more than we thought it was going to cost at the beginning. We started planning the project in earnest in 2013, and looking back on it, was it worth it? I really think it was, and I hope you agree with me. We could not have done this without a dedicated team of people who devoted time and effort and money to the project. So I can't possibly list all the individuals in these teams, but it definitely took a team of people. I'm so proud of what they did, and I'm so grateful that everybody came together. Radnor Township employees, under the direction of Bob Zinkowski, not only oversaw the project with the help of QCI, a project management company. They did a great job. But they also, right before we were opening and panicking, they physically got in and started hauling boxes of books. So we're very grateful to Radnor Township employees. Kimmel Bogret, the architects who planned this beautiful building, we were blown away by their first proposal, and we're very happy that we picked them. Radnor Memorial Board of Trustees, what a great group of people. They devoted countless hours reviewing design documents, bid documents, contracts, just so many hours. And 100% of the board contributed to the project, to our capital campaign. And when I say Board of Trustees, I mean anyone who has served since 2015, basically, on our Board of Trustees. So thank you so much to our Board of Trustees. I will say they also did some physical labor, planting plants and shelving books. So thank you so much to our board. Friends of Radnor Library. So the Friends of Radnor Library raise money every year through their book sales to donate for our use in programming. They were on hiatus, but they weren't really on hiatus. They continued to meet and plan for how to operate once we reopen, and we're hoping that they're going to have a book sale in early 2019. So thank you so much to the Friends and for their generous donation to the project as well. Our steering committee, we had a really awesome steering committee who helped us raise $1 million plus. We hit our goal plus, and they were instrumental in that by having parties to ask people for money and reaching out to their neighbors, and they also 100% participation in the project, but financially. Radnor Memorial Library staff, also under the direction of Annie Lapley, many hours of overtime, and reviewing documents, helping the architect figure out design details. Many of the staff actually contributed to the project financially as well, and really did a fantastic job in the month lead up time to get the library ready for opening. Plus they had those two little moves in between too. But so they really worked hard. We're very grateful to the staff. Shout out to Delaware County Library System. We are very grateful for their support throughout this whole process. We needed their input on many issues. Our donors. So I've mentioned that, you know, in those groups, many people did donate money, but the donor base is much wider than just those groups. We had people that donated a few dollars up to six figures, and we needed every dime of that. We're very grateful for every donation we got. I would ask you to please look around. We have some naming sites, like the emergency aid area or the Snillage circulation desk. If you could take a look, those people gave very significant amounts. The people who have quotes displayed in there, they donated to the project. Our bookcase plaques. We also have 2 posters in the library that list every person that donated to the project. So thank you so much if you gave to the project, to the capital campaign. And last but not least, the Radnor Board of Commissioners, who voted to provide the bulk of the funding. Radnor Township provided over half the funding for this project, and anyone that was on the board 2015 on was involved in a vote to provide funding for this project. And that means that every Radnor resident is a part of this too, because it's your tax dollars. So thank you to the board for being so understanding and believing in this project, and thank you to every Radnor resident. So pretty much I've thanked everybody. And now I'm going to turn it over to Lisa Borowski.
Helen and Annie, congratulations, and to you and your board. I know you guys have worked many years on this. This doesn't just happen overnight, for sure. So congratulations, and so I think that I join the community in saying how happy and pleased everyone is. It is a beautiful facility, and not only is it a library, but I believe it's a place where the community can gather. Everyone can come together, and I think in these times, a place like this is something that towns like Radnor and other towns really need and will cherish. So I think Helen thanked pretty much everybody that we could thank, and certainly the township staff, Bob Zankowski and Steve McNellis and Steve Norsini, and their staff spent a lot of time helping to make sure that this would be a wonderful place for the community. So thank you to them for their time and their effort. And certainly, yeah, a lot of kudos does go to the prior board. You know, I was not on that board. I think John Nagel is the only one who is on that board, or who is here right now, who helped make that vote happen. And I think it's a wonderful example of what happens when the public and private can come together to do something that is really good for everyone in the community. So congratulations to you guys, to Radnor Township, and to the community. We have a great place. So, thank you.
Officially cut a ribbon now. So I'd like to invite the library board and staff members and commissioners to help us hold this ribbon. And Helen, I'm going to unfurl it with you. So come and grab a spot, please. Okay. Or not. Keep unfurling. Keep going as far as we have to. Some of us will have to come over to this side. Keep going. We need to go this way. Are we going inside, the best of y'all? All right. Helen, let's see if you can do it.
It's supposed to be very hard.
Oh!